Hey language learners, welcome back to the channel. I hope the lighting's going to be not too bad in this video, we'll see, but bear with me. I've been staying up late at nights to take care of my two little kids. Got a little, well, I was about to say a little bit off, but I should come clean and say I've gotten quite off of my sleep schedule, and I've been pretty much nocturnal now for a few days. I put up some videos recently showing you how I took advantage of being up at nights to work more on the language learning card games, the second edition of Heading into Language Land. Been doing a lot of work with artists on that. It's been a lot of fun. But in today's video, I want to talk about the upcoming online language learning events for this week. I hope you guys will come out to join us. Before I do that, quick recap of last Saturday's game. We had a Spanish game that was really fun. Fatima came out, who's one of our top gamers overall. She's joined maybe 10 or 15 Spanish games since we started this thing. Ruzel, who's one of my newer friends, one of our newer gamers, came out to play. I think it's his third time, maybe his second. Nice to get to know him better. And then William, who is a new friend of mine and a friend of Leon's, who I think more and more of you guys are starting to know Leon, who runs the Language Party, which is a language exchange group in Florida. And Leon's a native Spanish speaker, so he came out to teach us and to guide us, and he brought his friend William, who they met through the language exchange group, the Language Party. So we had a really fun group. A lot of challenging categories came up, which were tough on the players. I must admit, we rolled a lot of fives. You know, the number 5 categories are tough. But it was fun to talk about those things with Leon's guidance. So great job, guys. I hope you keep up with your Spanish, and I hope you come out to play with us again next month. In this week, we will have a Mandarin game on Wednesday and a Japanese game on Saturday. At the usual time. It should be 9 a.m. New York City time on both days. But to find out the exact day and time, you can look at the title of this video or go over to languagecardgames.com. That's where you can always see the schedule and sign up to play. We're going to have 2 games in this week, which is not usual. Usually we just do Saturdays. But Chow, who's one of our top players who's learning Mandarin, said, "Can we do a Mandarin game in this month?" And I was like, yes, absolutely, because Mandarin is my target language too. I had left it off the schedule because we're thinking to do a Portuguese game, and we wanted to squeeze that in, so I put it on a Saturday later in the month, and I left off Mandarin this time. But then Chow contacted me, and thank you for doing that, Chow. You got me really enthusiastic to play and to learn more in this month. So we chose a Wednesday because the Saturdays are full. If you're learning Mandarin, I hope you'll come out to join us. I've been living in China since 2011, and I've learned Mandarin to an intermediate level. I have a lot of Chinese friends who I have invited to join us. I think Air will be joining us, who's one of my good friends, and she's also one of our top players. So it's going to be a really fun game. And then on Saturday, the Japanese crew is going to be moving out. So I hope you can join us if you want to play in Japanese. I think there is a very high likelihood we will have a native Japanese speaker. Actually, I think I'm 100% sure there will be one in the room. He said he wanted to join us, new player, but a native speaker. And heck, we might even have more than one native speaker in that room. I always try to get high-level speakers or native speakers to join us to play these games, because that is the ideal way to experience this game. Well, I take that back. The absolute best way to play this game is when the players are each trying to learn the other player's native language. Then both players are reaping such benefits in real time. They're able to teach and guide and vet each other in real time. Next best situation is you have a teacher who might not be trying to learn your native language necessarily, but they can teach you your target language, which is their native language. Anyways, I digress. So we've got Mandarin game coming up on Wednesday, Japanese game coming up on Saturday. This is going to be great. And what we're doing, if you're new to this, is we're playing a game that I designed specifically for language learning. It's a game called Heading into Language Land. It's a game full of discovery. You get to choose your character, move around freely, encounter different amazing places, characters, weapons, animals, and speak about over 100 different topics in your target language along the way. That's how you take actions, that's how you gain points. Now, players can speak about the topics in single, they can give a single keyword or example about the topic, or they can speak short phrases, or even full sentences depending on their ability level, depending on what they feel comfortable with. And the players help each other, they share answers, we look up answers, we ask the teacher. The goal is really to learn. If everybody learns and has fun, everybody wins. We do keep track of points, but that's kind of just like a gimmick. Really, the main point is the learning. And I think people enjoy this because it gives a little more structure than just having free chat. And playing the game helps us to move through different topics, which you might not necessarily even think to talk about in a normal day-to-day conversation with other learners. Just like in the last Spanish game, we talked about political parties, we talked about horseback riding, we talked about fantasy and sci-fi movies, we talked about, all sorts of things came up. I'm not a Spanish learner, I don't necessarily remember every single thing that we talked about, but I do remember some of the things. That's really cool. But that's what we're doing. And this game, if you're into gaming and language learning, you have to check out this game. I'm pouring my heart and soul into this game. It's really even more than a heavy-duty language learning resource. It's really a world and a lifestyle. You're going to get to make new friends and just immerse yourself in a different way of thinking around your target language. So we're playing Heading into Language Land 1, and I'm currently working on Heading into Language Land 2. I need about over 50 pieces of artwork to do one deck of this game, and currently I've collected about half of what I need. So it's going to take more time yet, that's for sure. I've been putting up some videos to show the game's development. In some recent YouTube videos, you can see artwork that artists have sent me, and you can see my replies to them. You can see how much thought and effort goes into creating the characters and the world and the backstories. So it's a language learning resource that you can really truly immerse yourself in and feel that you're a part of something special. That's what I hope that all of our language gamers feel, is that you're not just learning your target language, but you're getting to make friends with other people who are from all corners of the globe. So I hope you'll come out to join us. Again, you can check out the details at languagecardgames.com. There's a blog article stuck to the top of the blog where you can read more about what we're doing. And then on the home page, you can see the schedule, the sign-up form, the leaderboard. It's really, really exciting, and I hope that you'll come out to try it. But that's it for today's video. I'll see you back here next time. Bye-bye for now.